Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to a game here today in a tier that I am not too well versed in, a tier that I'm not too highly inclined towards. That is, of course, RU, the rarely used tier. Now, the reason why I didn't really like RU is because I didn't have a team for it. So, what I did, I went ahead and I made some kind of an idea of a team, and it came together, and it was based around spikes and stealth rock stacking with whirlwind raw support and some pretty heavy hitters to just clean up late game. And it happened, it came together. I didn't know what to call it. Elo suggested indigestion because of specific things on the team. But today, ladies and gentlemen, for their debut on YouTube, for their preliminary match here, I present to you the Indigestibles, and they are going to wreck, ruin, and destroy everyone in their path because they're actually a pretty decent team, and I like them. They're doing well, they've done some good things so far, and I hope for great things in the future. There can be some tweaks here and there as we go along, but hopefully it won't be too bad. So, I'm going to lead off with Phariseed, and my A game here is to just go for the spikes. I just want to get spikes, hopefully get 3 layers down. Looking at his team, he doesn't have any spin support, he doesn't really have anything that's flying or has levitate, so spikes are going to be crucial in this game. I want to get as many layers down as I can before he decides to bring something in to threaten me, which he does pretty much straight away. After setting up Stealth Rock with his Gigalith, he goes straight into Hitmonlee, and usually I would have Protect on my Phariseed. For the first couple of matches with this team, though, I didn't carry Protect just because I was a bit stupid and I forgot to put it on it, put a different move instead, but in the end, it's okay, it works out because I actually live the high jump kick that I should have been protecting on had I had it, and I'm able to hit him with a gyro ball, take him all the way down to the point at which he will die to iron barbs on the next turn. So Pharisee did a decent job, got 2 layers of spike set up, and in the end was actually able to tank a high jump kick from Hitmonlee and take it out with gyro ball plus iron barb support. So fantastic news. Pharisee doing its job straight from the start, dies honorably, and is going to be doing some good work later in the near future, I guess. So in comes Onyx. I actually have replaced Onyx at this point with Steelix on the team, simply because Steelix is actually RU in its own right, and why would you use Onyx when Steelix kind of does a better job anyway? I thought Onyx would be nice with Eviolite. I thought it would be able to take hits better. Apparently, it really doesn't take. This unstabbed Earthquake takes it really poorly. So that's kind of why I switched Onyx out. He's going to be here for a couple of matches, but he'll be gone soon enough, replaced by his more mature and generally downright better brother in Steelix. So I'm going to go out into Eggington here, who I love to bits. He's so good with Eviolite, and he does a lot of work. Unfortunately, a stab Stone Edge to the face on the switch in with the predicted hit is not going to be something that I'm very favourable towards, especially when Stealth Rock are on the field. Not going to be living that too kindly. So, unfortunately, poor Eggington is out for the count, but I've got my fruit and veg here, and I'm going to bring some spice to the game with a Focus Blast, and I'm actually running a Specs Modest Typhlosion. Now, if you have never encountered one of these guys before, they are so powerful. Ridiculous. It's unbelievable how powerful Specs Modest Typhlosion is. And in a tier like RU, when, you know, there aren't too many quick things, it can do a pretty good job. It outspeeds a lot of stuff on the tier. So he brings in, obviously, the Slow King to take the, Focus Blast. He probably thinks I'm Scarf or Specs, one of the two. He couldn't really tell, I guess, from the Gigalith dying. So I'm just going to go into Let's Be Onyx here to just take the Scald. Not really too worried about it at this point. I have Rocks up, and I have Spikes up. The only problem is that my 2 things, which usually Roar and Whirlwind, Onyx and Eggington, are now dead. So I can't really Roar/Whirlwind his team about. But what I can do is bring in the MVP, the #1 reason why this team is so awesome. It's Fartiops. Fartiops passing wind on all passers-by, and he's carrying a Rock Gem Stone Edge. Ladies and gentlemen, Slow King cannot live a Rock Gem Stone Edge. I'll tell you that much for free, because Rock Gem Stone Edge is powerful, man! Powerful! Real powerful stuff. You know, most people, they play it safe, right? They go with the Flying Gem Acrobatics. Seems like a good idea. But when you need to pull power out the bag, and let me tell you, you need power a lot of the time, Stone Edge with Rock Gem is where it's at. So, in comes this Lilligant thing, and I have no idea what this dude's doing, fucking around. He thinks he can outspeed Archeops. He thinks he can do something to Fartiops here. I'm going to pass wind right in his face, smack him with the Acrobatics, take him right down, and that is a dead Lilligant. Fartiops doing the work here, taking advantage of the Spike Stealth Rock support he has backing him up from his good buddies on the defensive side, and he is going to kick some ass. He's ready to. He knows that he can kill Drapion pretty relatively simply. You know, it's not going to be a 1-hit KO, it's going to 2-hit KO with the Earthquake, just because the thing's a bit bulky, but he can do it. Poison Jab shouldn't do too much, takes me to about half, but unfortunately strikes me with the poison status, which is going to actually bring me into defeatist after this turn. So not actually going to be able to kill the Drapion on the next turn simply because I'm below half health, and Earthquake won't take it out. He'll live with a little smidge on the edge of the world, I guess, and be able to go for another poison jab. Good job that I resist it, because I'm going to be able eventually, after these sort of lefties and after turn effects with the Toxic wears down, go for the Acrobatics, finally take out the Drapion, but unfortunately Fardiops, he's run his course, he's taken out 3 guys, he's done the job that he was required to do, and he's going to go for a little bit of a rest, die to the poison, and, you know, pass final wind, indeed, indeed, but all is not lost, because I have a couple of sweepers still in the back of my pocket, the most prevalent, of course, being my fruit and veg, with a Specs Fire Blast to aid him, indeed. You know, he has Eruption as well, but Fire Blast is necessary when the Stealth Rock are present, because it's going to be kind of spiking into my body. Not enjoying that at all. Dusknoir, you know, it's a defensive guy, Dusknoir. Dusknoir can usually live hits, right? Am I right? Not today. First of all, Fire Blast misses. You know, he went for the Pain Split there, thinking he could live a Fire Blast, hoping that, you know, it would hit, and then he'd Pain Split his way all the way back up. Funnily enough, by Fire Blast missing gives me a little bit of an advantage, because he takes health away from himself, leaving him at a worse position to take the hit. I'm going to go for it, smack him right in the face, and that is a Specs modest hit. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusknoir is not living it, no way close to living it. And my fruit and veg is going to take him out in the end. Some spicy Fire Blasting for his ass, and that is going to be the game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I definitely really like using this team. I have no idea why. It's pretty stally. You know, especially when you're running Spikes and Stealth Rock and Roaring and Whirlwind stuff, and there's Toxic all around the place. But those 3 guys, you know, my core defensive dudes, do the work, and then you just bring in the other guys to just roast and toast all the rest. I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed this game, and I'll probably be bringing you some more games a bit more regularly with these dudes, because, you know, I think that they're fun to use, and so I'm probably going to be using them a bit more. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do leave a like rating if you enjoyed. That would help me out immensely. Clicking that button always does the job, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.